Evans, and this video is all about the Conor Eubank fight that didn't happen and what I think is wrong and what I think is right. So I watched the Dark Destroyer and Eubank fight back in the late 80s. It was an excellent fight, and I've seen Eubank in Marble Arch once, and he's a little guy. He's not huge. He's not, he's a little guy, but obviously he's a good fighter, which is a great credit to him. And his son was in fantastic shape. I saw him getting in the weigh-in, which was really good. But obviously, Conor, I don't think he looked as good. And obviously he was going underweight or something, and that was going to affect his fight. But obviously taking a female medical drug that increases the testosterone is wrong, and really it's a form of treating. But is Eubank on anything? Just because he hasn't been caught doesn't mean he's not on anything, does it? And the thing is with sports today, and this is why I'm a bit put off by sports really, is that all you hear about is these like elite athletes when they get caught for drugs, and that's when it's in the major media. Now, I remember when they said about Evander Holyfield, if you look at when he was boxing in the Olympics to when he was boxing in Mike Tyson, the size and how much size he had is phenomenally different. The same as Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson in his 20s looked ferocious and he was really, really big. But when he started boxing after he'd been in prison and that, he was even bigger. So is that just hard training or is that drug taking? But I can remember Mike Tyson putting a video up on the Joe Rogan show, I think, and he was talking about the drugs that he took when he was going into competitive boxing, sport boxing. So I believe that really every single athlete should just come out and just say, look, I'm taking these drugs because all the other guys are taking it, and if I don't take it, I can't compete at that level. And maybe we need to have a drug Olympics as well, because the guys get caught, they have a pop at them, they kill their career and everything, when they all know they're all on it. They're all talking in the changing room, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and I'll take this to take that, to stop that, and it's just the way it is. It's just the way of the world. The same as 1 in 3 people in the gym are on anabolic steroids in the goal of having a great physique. Now, I believe that this is really stupidity. Like, I'm 51 years old, coming up to 52. I've still got 18-inch arms. I'm still fucking strong because I train 4 days a week. I take lots of vitamins. I don't take any drugs whatsoever. I don't smoke. I don't drink. So I'm a very, a pure natty person. So really, really important that to understand is that it's got them in the limelight, everybody's talking about it and stuff like that. Could it be a publicity trick to get people on board for the next time they fight? It could be that. Or is it a case of that there is real proper cheating going on? But if Mike Tyson took it, if Evander Holyfield took it, and I think the Gypsy King got caught once, didn't he? No, I'm not talking about the Gypsy King. I'm talking about AJ. He got drug tested and he had some residue or something in his blood. So, and he looks phenomenal, doesn't he? Every time he fights. The same with, I went to a Frank Bruno boxing camp, and to see him boxing in his camp in Chelmsford in the early 80s, he looked amazing. And this was for the Tyson fight. So I've always watched fights, I've always been into it. But really, they're going to do whatever they can in which to enhance their performance, their drive, their endurance, their strength. I was quite shocked, when the Gypsy King got knocked out in one of his fights and he got straight up. Was that a drug? Or was that really him? Who knows? You got to think like that now, haven't you? You can't take everything on people's natural potential. What you got to remember is that steroids were around in the 1940s. It was the Nazis that made up the steroids and started giving it to the soldiers in the Second World War. So they've been there for a long, 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 long time. The same with Eddie Hall. When he done that lift, was he on drugs? Yes, he was. There's no way he was natural to do that lift. And how much size he's got. And if you look at the pictures of him when he very first started lifting to 5 years on, how much size he's got and stuff. It's drug enhanced, you know. And many people meet me and they go, "Oh, Scott, you're a big guy," but I'm not. I'm not at all, in my opinion. I've got that bigorexia thing, but and that's why I always train. But I think bigorexia is a plus because it makes you train and you don't want to get smaller, blah blah blah. You know, especially being 51. And you know, my mentor was Chek, and I'm really into Charles Harlequin. Both had, you know, Chek is still alive, still looks amazing. And when you meet him face to face, you realise how amazing he looks, how cut and defined he is. And then with Charles Harlequin having, you know, massive arms and being in phenomenal shape before he died at age 57 is amazing as well. So it shows that you can keep size and strength as you age. It's all bollocks that you're going to lose it all as soon as you hit 40. You're going to lose it all when you hit 40 if you're not training on a regular basis, if you're not taking supplements, the right ones for you, and if you're not doing the right training 4 days a week. I train 4 days a week religiously, and that's what's kept my big arms, and that's what's helped me. And then after doing the Charles Harlequin principles, after going down to 11 stone during the pandemic, now I'm back up to just over 14 and a half stone, and I'm totally happy with that. I'd like to get a bit more leaner like I was before. But then when you go leaner, you drop a little bit of size, so you've got to weigh up the odds of what you want. But I want to keep my heart healthy and stuff like that as well, because if you're heavier on your frame, it can put stress on the heart. So you have to weigh up the odds, what's more important, just looking big all the time or being a little bit smaller but being really fit and healthy. And if you look at Eubank himself, I think he's got to be in his late 50s. He still looks amazing. The same with the Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn. He still looks amazing, but he was going to go back into fighting at his age, which was a bit crazy. The same as Mike Tyson. He's done, you know, charity fights and stuff like that, you know. So I believe that it needs to go public with all drugs and just say, look, it's just part of the sports world. In all sports, it's in football, it's in rugby, it's in running, it's in cycling, it's in, you name it, any sport, they've all been pulled out for one drug or another drug, and it's just the luck of the draw whether they get caught or not. So it would be nice for everyone to be natural, but it's just not real. So you just need to wake up and understand that it's not real. Okay, that 90% or maybe more than 90% now are taking some sort of enhancement because that's the only way that they can win and get them trophies. So that makes sense to me. But they have to, you know, make it look like they're doing something, you know, make it look like they really care, as in, you know, the companies that are doing the testing or the affiliation companies. Oh, he was on steroids. You know, look at, you know, Usain Bolt. He got done, one of his members or team members got done for some sort of sports enhancement steroid. So he was definitely on them as well, because he's not going to have one of his team members and they'll allow that to happen. You know what I mean? People talk in the changing room and in the gym, and the coaches know exactly what they're doing, okay? So I hope you like this video. Please press that bell icon up there. Oh, sorry. Press that bell icon up there. Press the subscribe button and press the like button and the bell icon. I do videos nearly every single day, so I hope you've enjoyed this, and please comment down below what you think about what's been going on. Thanks very much.